No, not completely. I've watched enough true crime to know that they can still recover data from things. We have to take the SD card out. We've got to wipe the evidence
You get
completely.
We'll
a
take it
you
with
get a
us. We'll
text
cut
from
it into
Heather that's
pieces.
just like, "Did you just destroy my camera?" Hello and welcome to another episode of Horror and Heartbreak, the series where the real horror was the heartbreak we experienced along the way. I am once again joined by our amazing cast. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll begin today's session then in a way we have not done so far. Cold open. We open to the sight of a steamy mirror, fogged over from a shower as a man steps towards it. He wipes a streak off the fog in an upwards diagonal line. He inspects some of the grey hairs just above his ears before leaning down to the sink below. However, his reflection does not follow him, still remaining staring forwards. The man looks back up to the mirror in fright as we see that his eyes are flowing up with blood and pumps begins pouring out. He then collapses, and we see blood appear on the mirror. We now rejoin our plucky group of hunters. It's been a tough week, for sure. What you were up to last week has definitely taken a toll, and it's been about 3 or 4 days since you all got back. Ellis, is there anything, as you're kind of searching through the warehouse in the quiet, as it has been quite quiet in the last couple of days, you kind of reach the library. Is there anything specific you're looking for around there?
I don't know. I mean, you've said that the warehouse feels off, feels like there's something there, and I guess Ellis is more in tune with that than most. So I think maybe just kind of any evidence or anything from what we've learnt so far that could potentially pertain to what is kind of potentially binding itself to this place or residing in this place. You know, we've not really seen any kind of paranormal activity, but yeah, maybe just some evidence or any, you know, books on the area, the history of the place, the land, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. So I will allow you to roll me either a spirit roll, if you want to try and dig deep into the potential spiritual aspects of the space, or a lore roll if you want to dig deep into the history of the warehouse.
I think I'll save the history for Victoria, because she's much better at that, and I will do what I do best, and I will channel into the spirits. Oh yeah, I got a 9, and my spirit is a 16.
Absolutely amazing. You connect to the sense that there are numerous entities within this, not just the library, but the entire web. With the roll, I would say you sense that these are mostly human entities, and you don't get the sense that any are demonic.
Sleep well tonight.
I would say you sense potentially 4 or more potential entities. You would already be aware of at least a few that reside here. Specifically those that are connected to Ruby.
I guess as I feel this, I kind of make myself feel a bit more comfortable in the library. If there's like a chair or something, cup of tea in hand, obviously. Do I get the impression that there are any that kind of want to reach out? Any that are kind of can sense that I can sense them and want to kind of make a connection?
I would say with the role you got, you don't sense that any are aggressive by any means. And you get the sense of at least two of them having a very protective vibe.
Okay.
One is unaware, and one is kind of residing in a state of dulled purpose.
Okay. Do you know what? Why not? I'm gonna try spectral speaking. This could backfire, but I'm gonna try and see if there's anybody that wants to talk to me for a minute. Which means I need to roll a spirit. And hopefully roll low enough that I don't end up screwing myself over for this session. Oh, buddy, I love these dice. I rolled an 8 and my spirit's a 16, which means that my soul isn't reduced, guys. We're still
Amazing.
good. I rolled 4 plus under, so I rolled an 8 under. So,
Ellis, what do you say to try and reach out?
I think it would be quite hushed. I think she wouldn't want to draw attention to the others that she's doing this. She knows that they're on edge. She knows that they're all a bit freaked out. So doesn't want to make them more, scared. So I think she would just kind of go, hello? I can feel you around.
You hear a voice just say, I don't think he can speak, dear.
Oh. Well, can you speak for him?
Of course, I am his nurse.
Oh. Is there something that he'd like to say?
He just wants to make sure you're all safe.
Oh, that's really kind. Well, I think we're all safe. She'll kind of say with a question mark.
You are safe for now, but he fears that, well, not everyone has been safe here.
Oh. Is that referencing a few nights ago? I wasn't here. I was away. But I heard that they were all awoken to the sounds of screams. Was
Such
that
ruckus in the hospital, it's very disrespectful to the patients.
quite? Sorry, I didn't catch your names. What were your names?
My name is Astrid Perry.
And And our lovely our protector. Do you know their names?
His name is Bryn.
Bryn. Oh. And are you, by chance, connected to one of us directly here?
No, dear, I'm the nurse at this hospital.
Yes. Quite right.
Bryn here is a patient, just like all of you.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for talking to me and for for doing such a good job, for looking after Bryn and for Bryn looking out for us. It means a lot to us. And if you ever want to have a chat again, you know where to find me. I'm normally in the kitchen making a cup of tea.
I believe Bryn has one last message for you.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
He doesn't like his employer.
His employer?
I believe so.
Do you know who that is?
I don't believe he'll say, dear.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure you have lots of work to get to, lots of patients to look after, so...
The patience. The round never ends.
Of course. Well, make sure that you look after yourself, too, okay?
Get some rest, dear.
Thank you, I will. Wow. I think I'll just sit in the silence for a little bit. Just take it in.
We move then through the warehouse through the kitchen, where I can imagine Ruby is reorganizing all the shelves, just pulling everything out, putting everything back in. Victoria. What has Victoria been up to in the last couple of days?
Victoria has been a bit of a storm. She hasn't stopped moving. She's not giving herself time to think. So while Ruby is tidying up the kitchen and reorganizing, Victoria's probably trying not to absolutely lose her marbles at her because she's trying to clean the whole warehouse from top to bottom. It's one of those things where like your thoughts can't attack a moving target. So she's just on the go, go, go.
Has she been doing much work on her PhD during this time?
No, none at all. And every now and again, you might hear her like, if she moves something and she drops it or it clatters, you might hear her say things like, "If I was an animal biologist, I'd be turning into an ape." Like she's just not letting herself think about anything paranormal or anything else for that matter.
Every once in a while, you get a message from your advisor and recommending books on kind of hysteria of the supernatural, and they recommend a book called The Delusions of Ghosts.
Yeah, I don't think she will have read them yet. I don't think she's in a mental space to have read them yet. But she will be making an attempt to collate them together for when she's ready.
The day kind of continues on with Ruby busy work and trying to kind of not to think about it. Your arm is healing quite well, but every once in a while you do something, like lift something that catches it in the wrong way, and you're like, around kind of 8 p.m. the Who? It's probably Heather, isn't it? It's probably Heather's the one that has the business line. I can imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably redirected it to 3 people that don't ever want to pick up their phone as well. So we're
Yeah.
all just like, who's going to answer the phone?
Kind of at around 8 p.m, you all get a notification from like the group chat that just it's just like parentheses name like as yet of untitled kind of group chat waiting for your team name, and it's from Heather, who is currently on her giant week and a bit long detox from social media that was pulled forward after the events of last time. And it's just a screenshot of an email that's come through. It says, "Dear," and then there's like where the company name would, but he's just put Ghost Hunters. Dear Ghost Hunters, my name is Walter Lane, and I believe I am being stalked by something not human. I am looking for some ghost hunters to come in and help me, protect me from this being which I now believe to be not human, maybe a ghost. There's a lot of danger in this city right now, and I'm very scared that I might be in a lot of danger. Then there's a little bit where he says his name, Walter Lane, gives his phone number, and his like rough address, not the full address, because you haven't signed up yet, but he's in Cardiff. He's like, if you accept this job, you'll be well paid. I can give you accommodation or pay for accommodation, and I would be eternally grateful for your assistance. Please call me in the above number.
I think respond to Heather first of all. Just a thumbs up reaction. No, I think Ruby would just write relax in big capital letters.
Yeah.
You should be relaxed.
Get off your phone.
And then I guess we're not together, so
Should I give him a call? Yeah, I will give Mr. Lane a call.
You call him up. You hear, hello, Walter speaking, and you realise first off, this is not a Welsh accent.
Right. This is Victoria from the Ghost Hunters that you emailed. Just calling you back. We received it earlier today.
Oh, thank you. That was so quick. Yeah, I guess I have a job for you all.
Yeah, I see on your address that you're based in Cardiff. It'll take us a few hours to get there.
That's no worries. Obviously, take your time. I guess I can give you the full address once we've agreed. But yeah, I'm not expecting you to be here tonight or anything. It's fine.
Okay. And anything that you can tell us about what's happening?
I keep getting approached by a lot of different people. And at first I thought I was being harassed by some marketing company or something, but they don't seem right. And they keep trying to talk to me. It's not just at my home now. They're approaching me in random places. I don't know if you've... There's a lot of people going missing here lately. And I don't know if I'm next in line or something. This feels inhuman.
What did they say when they approached you? Or did they not say anything?
Sometimes they don't say anything. Sometimes they just try to start normal conversations, but it's off. They keep asking about my home. I'm not really sure. It's muddled every time.
And you said that this is also happening at home?
Yeah, I'm getting, approached from... I've had them knock on the door, I've had them staring through the window. It's creepy.
Okay. That does sound absolutely terrifying. I'm sorry this is happening to you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send you a picture of ourselves so you know that the people at the door when we arrive is us.
That's really smart, thank you.
I don't know whether you have a Ring camera or anything, but you will see us. We'll make sure we send a picture over.
Thank you.
The people that you're approaching you, are there ever people that you know?
I mean, some of them are people I've interacted with before. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know many people here. So...
But the people you've interacted with before, have they seemed different when they've approached you?
very different.
In what way?
It's uncanny. Like they either don't know how to make conversation, or one time they asked me, "Do you know me?" Or sometimes they're just not speaking. Just watching from a distance.
That is really strange. Okay, if it's people you know as well, would you like also for us to give you a password, or for you to give us a password for when we arrive, so that you know for certain it is us? You'll have visual, and then we will have a password that only the three of us and yourself will know.
Yeah, if you give me a password you'll say, then I guess I'll have to know it's you.
Okay. We will come and ask you about a cabinet purchase online. That's what we will be there to do, to pick up.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. And I know you said not to rush and get there tonight, but this sounds like it's something that we really should rush upon if it's causing you so much distress. We'll be there in 4 hours, 5 hours in bad traffic.
Thank you so much. I know it's late. I will set up a room. You can obviously, you don't have to start straight away, or I can get a hotel for you now for tonight. Or
I think it would be best if we stayed with you, if it doesn't make you uncomfortable.
no, that'd be okay. I just want to make sure you'd be comfortable with it. I know that's...
Yeah, we would be great. Right, thank you so much. Yes, send the detail through the email address that you used earlier, and we'll get that signed off, and we will be with you in a few hours.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Sounded serious then, if we're leaving tonight.
Yeah, bit of a weird one. I'll tell you about it in the van, but we really should get there quickly because this could be something or it could be a bad stalking situation. Either way, I think we need to get there to resolve it one way or another.
Understood.
Are you guys okay to jump on a new job so soon?
He sounded really scared.
Okay.
I don't think I could not go.
Well, I'm here now, so hopefully things won't go as awry as last time, hey?
Everything is always better with you around.
Well, what can I say? All right, well, I'll make tea for the road.
Yeah,
Ruby,
get
you
the
pack up
travel
the van.
mugs. I'm
Yeah.
on the van.
I'll get the equipment. I'll make sure I pick up Heather's cameras and things.
Yeah. I think Heather probably left us a list of like all the equipment that we need to take, right?
Yeah, she said that she put it in a pile ready just in case.
Perfect. Wonderful.
It got instructions or?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we can work
We can
it
I
figure
will
it
leave
out.
that to you.
out. All the footage is just going to be upside down, the wrong way. Heather's going to
I'm in
come
the
back and be like,
way.
"We can't use this." What?
They're all just selfies, like you're filming like
Yeah.
this, and you're just seeing your face really close
Like
up.
this, like, huh? How do I turn this thing on?
Okay, you pack everything up. You find in the garage that she has indeed kind of stacked kind of all the cameras up. She's kind of, it's a lot less cameras than you'd usually take, and you know for a fact that probably all the best stuff is locked in her room. But stuff like the hand cams and the some GoPros and the like mini cams you'd stack around the room, those are still here.
We definitely know how to use a GoPro.
Yeah, it's just on and off, isn't it?
Well, we strap them to ourselves, so we're good.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay. Alright.
Okay. You all jump in the van. Is there any research you would like to do whilst you're on this up to 5-6 hour journey?
About these missing folk in Cardiff. Yeah, I think I'd be driving anyway, so I'd sort of say to the gang, like, "Does anyone want to give that a Google and see what's going on? Bit alarming."
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, and I'm usually caught up-ish on the news, but I suppose I haven't really been looking at stuff recently. Yeah, I can take a look.
Do you want to roll me a law?
Yeah. Track attitude. 1 and 12 is 13, and my law is 13. That is a great roll to start with.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, there's been people going missing, and the reason why you haven't heard about it is that it's not really in the news. And you get the sense that the reason it's not is because in reality, they don't know what's happened, and they don't want to scare anyone.
Right.
Okay.
But so far, 6 people have gone missing throughout the city of
6?
Cardiff. They have been disappeared without a trace. And following 2 more people have been found dead by someone the press is trying their hardest not to claim is a copycat killer of the Bloody Mary killer. The serial killer who would kill their victims in front of a mirror, have blood pouring out of their eyes, and draw crude images of their faces on the mirror.
Okay.
But the last victim of that was, first off, Bloody Mary Killer was operating in Kent,
Mm-hmm.
not in Cardiff. And only 2 victims have been found. And the last victim was... It was earlier in the year, probably about 9 months ago.
Serial killers are one of my specialities, so is there any more information that I can get because of that as well?
Exciting.
Yes. Walter Lane, the guy you're going to help. So the Bloody Mary Killer was caught. He was a guy named Wyatt Phillips. He confessed the crimes, and he died roughly 8 years ago in prison. Because you have serial killers as one of your main kind of topics, one of the original suspects of before Wyatt Phillips confessed was Noel Lane, Walter's father.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Noel was found dead at the age of 70, with blood dripping out of his eyes in front of his mirror. From a ghost perspective, a lot of the conspiracy ghost kind of forums that you might end up drifting onto in this, they believe that because Wyatt died about 4 or 5 days before Noel was found dead, that he came back as a serial killer ghost and killed him.
If only it was that simple.
Yeah, serial killer ghosts are typically ghosts that haven't been caught and have been caught.
You would also know they tend to go after the same people that they hunted in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your research is always good, Victoria, but this one had some real bombs in there.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like my Google search history, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're on some FBI lists, I'm telling you that.
I know. Thankfully, I have a research license. That can explain it all away.
I've got no idea which one this is going to be right now.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah, I think a chat with the guy will really let us see what effect all of this has had on him. That's quite a history.
Yeah.
Is it close to the anniversary of any of the killings that the Bloody Mary killer did?
No.
What about the 2 dead people?
No kind of anniversaries you can piece together.
Okay, good. Okay.
Did you say that Wyatt Phillips did he die in prison or was he executed for his crimes or?
He died in prison.
Okay.
Yeah, how long ago was he active?
It was late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
The crimes completely stopped when Wyatt Phillips was arrested.
Yeah. The 70s, 80s.
And then Wyatt Phillips died. And then Noel Lane died.
About 5 days after, yeah.
God.
I mean,
Coincidences do exist. I guess. I don't know, I'm really double thinking everything at the moment.
yeah. I've got my list keeps growing. I've got a list of which ones they could be. Anyway. Which audiobook do we want to listen to on the way this time? Bet you missed my audiobooks last week, didn't you guys?
Yeah, Heather put music on. It was a nightmare.
Oh no. See, at least we're learning something about ghosts on this journey. It's if I put an audiobook on.
Yeah. All right, pop something on.
Right. Well, what do you want to learn about? Do you want to learn about... I'm going to pick 3 randoms from the list. Do you want to learn about wisps? Do you want to learn about object controllers? Or do you want to learn about darkness ghosts today?
Oh, darkness ghosts today.
Darkness ghosts it is.
Seeing as we're driving at night on the motorway in the dark. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Settle in, guys.
Then you learn a couple of things about the Darkness Ghost by listening to it. Number 1,
Such a good idea on my part.
they can
guys.
only exist in darkness. If light is introduced, they disappear. 2, usually, well, it's believed that the reason why darkness ghosts are a thing is not because they died in the dark or any normal ghost thing. The current prevailing theory about darkness ghosts is that they are bound by some kind of favor to a non-human entity.
Ooh.
And by only completing whatever unfinished business was forced upon them by the favor or the deal, because obviously a lot of them is they made a deal when they're alive, that kind of thing. Only by completing that will they be free to leave.
Great, if I don't get this paper written, I'm going to turn into a darkness ghost. Bound to the university forever.
You eventually head into Cardiff and eventually pull up to Walter's house. It's quite a nice house. You have a feeling that, well, I say nice house. It's a nice house for the current economy. You have a feeling that he couldn't afford this himself. This was money from his dad before he passed. Kind of, it's been at least in the family since his father. As you pull up, you do see that he does have kind of one of those video doorbells.
Go up to it, make sure that everybody is awkwardly be come show your face. We're here to pick up the dresser.
There's a moment where you hear shifting within, but nothing, and then eventually the door kind of opens very tentatively. He sees you all. There's a moment of doubt, and then a brief smile, and then he looks up and around. Then relief. Thank you so much for coming so quickly. Come in, please, come in.
Before we step inside, can I just do a scan of the street to see if there's anybody just that looks off to me? anybody that's kind of stood at like under a lamp post or like off to the side that just looks like they're kind of watching his house or whatever.
As you kind of scan the horizon, you don't see anyone around. It's quite late at night, so you wouldn't expect anyone. It's a residential area, it's quite a quiet area. You wouldn't expect anyone moving about.
Okay, I'll step in.
Well, Mr. Lane, I spoke to you on the phone. I'm Victoria. This is Ruby and Ellis.
Oh, hello, I'm Walter. Call me Walter. Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Tea, let's get... Come in, I'll make you tea.
You read my mind.
He kind of comes in with cups. He goes, it's quite late, I made decaf, if that's okay. Here.
Anything.
That's perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
So, tell us, you said people have been coming to the house. Have you ever seen them inside the house? Or just
Not inside the
looking through the
house.
windows, knocking on the door?
Yeah, mostly knocking through the doors. A few times they've looked through the windows, that's been terrifying, I can tell you that. Mostly knocking at the front door, and then if I'm out, it will approach, try to talk, or it's stare. I can't guarantee every single thing I've experienced is the same thing, but sometimes I see something staring at me in the distance, and it could be that.
How regular is this?
Maybe once a day, on average.
Okay. That's a lot. That's a lot to have to try and live with.
Yeah, it's funny, my dad was always quite reclusive. He said he didn't like people staring at him. I wonder if... I'm just hoping it's not paranoia or something,
I understand. You have one of those recorded cameras for a doorbell.
Yeah.
Have you caught any of them on that? Is it possible that I could have a look at old recordings?
Oh, for sure, yeah. He gets out his phone, kind of starts showing you a couple of clips that's been saved on the app. And most of them look quite mundane. Someone walks up to the door, knocks. You don't see the door open. Knocks again. Again, the door isn't opening. Knocks again. And again. And again. And then eventually they scurry off.
I kind of already see what he means about not quite right behaviour. That's a lot of knocking.
Yeah, it is. And it's not always in the day. I mean, last week it was like 3 a.m.
Do you have that one? That one as a recording?
Yeah, it's not too different, to be honest. He shows the recording. It's a different person this time. Shorter, longer hair. Knocks. 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 And then scurries away.
Have you ever answered the door to them?
A few times. I don't answer the door much anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, the first couple of times I would open the door and they'd just say hello. Do you remember me? Can I come in? I hadn't seen them before, so I said no and then closed the door on them because, I don't know, I thought they were just weirdos, or worse, and then it kept happening and different people were asking to come in.
They always ask to come in.
Not always. One time they asked for food.
Okay. And the people that you meet on the street who you interact with, is that a similar conversation?
Not asking to come in, but they'll come up. Again, sometimes they ask, do you remember me? Or sometimes they know my name. One person said they were there to warn me. It's... I don't know, it's different. It's a mess each time, you know?
Did they say what they were warning you about?
No, I didn't let them finish.
Okay.
Am I sensing anything? Like, attached to him, attached to the building, attached to the area?
Roll me a spirit roll.
Oh, buddy, I failed that one miserably. That was an 18.
No, you're not feeling anything. There's a weird feeling in this house. It might be because you've just been driving for so long, and, you know, even with the heating on the car, it's still kind of cold, right? You finally get in, and this man has the temperature kind of ramped up, and you come in, and you feel that, like... I think potentially it feels weird because it doesn't feel like weird air pressure.
Okay.
Even the warehouse has slightly off pressure, right? Because of the sheer amount of ghosts within it. And this feels... What's the room temperature version of air pressure? It feels room temp air pressure.
Okay. It's probably quite a weird feeling for Ellis, considering she's so tapped into the spirit realm that she probably always feels a little bit off. So to not feel off, that's probably quite unsettling to her. Like, this is like,
Yeah.
this feels off to her, as opposed to picking up on stuff, which is just normal. Yeah, maybe I just need to sleep.
If you don't mind, you don't sound local. How long have you lived here?
Oh, we moved here in about 84, I think.
Right. Never picked up the accent.
No, well, it's not... No, not really. My friends back home seem to think I've lost our accent, but I don't know. Everyone here says I'm, I definitely don't sound local.
And your dad lived here for quite a while with you as well.
Yes, yeah. He died about a year ago now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was tough. He was quite reclusive, so we spent a lot of time together. And because he was quite reclusive, I became quite reclusive, but yeah, I mean, life happens, I suppose.
So it's unusual for you, in general, for people to be coming up to the house, to the street. You didn't integrate too much into the community. Kept yourselves to yourselves.
I mean, we befriended our neighbours, but I did. Dad never really liked to ingratiate himself with anyone. Really, he was stubborn, I guess.
Well, thank you. It helps to just get an understanding of your day to day, in order to see what's standing out, other than the obvious strange interactions you've been having.
No, of course. I appreciate this is a long way out for you all, and I really appreciate you not coming. I know there's a very good chance this might be nothing, and you still came, so that's something.
I don't think it's nothing. I don't want you to internally minimize what's happening to you. There is definitely something happening.
Of course, I meant nothing in terms of your expertise, I guess. You know, if it's just a bunch of people messing with me, then I feel bad. Obviously, feel bad dragging you out here.
Don't worry about it. It comes with the job sometimes, so take that out of your head. Speaking of that, have you contacted the authorities? Have you called the police about harassment, strangers?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I tried to explain them that, every day a different person comes up to talk to me, and they thought I was just some weird loner who
Yeah.
I want to be left alone.
Yeah. Well, I have a maybe out there suggestion. Next time one comes to the door, one of us answers it and see whether the conversation is different.
That's a good idea.
We'll also set up cameras on the windows and the door. Do you have a back garden?
I do, yes. Yeah.
Do they ever come that way?
Yeah, he's been in the back garden before. That was one of the times where I just turned around. You see, in the back of the living room, there's this large kind of glass door that slides open. And the garden's quite long, so as you look out, you see the tiniest bit of patio and a bit of grass, and then it's just a black void beyond there because there's just no light there. And he's like, it's wildest thing. I mean, a slightly big leaf falls on that patio and the entire lights flicker on. But a couple of days ago, I turned around and there was just it looked like maybe a teenager just standing the glass. Just nothingness behind it.
Yeah, camera facing that way then as well.
I'm already getting the heebie-jeebies. Golly gosh.
I set up a room for you all. So you all have places to sleep tonight.
Thank you.
And yeah, I really appreciate you all coming out here. He has this conflicted, sad smile on his face.
Out of curiosity, what do you do for work? Walter, do you work?
I do, yeah. I work from home. Just officey bits for a bunch of different companies.
Mm-hmm.
Freelance, I guess. But I'm on retainer for a few different places. Nothing glamorous. It's mostly data entry and moving information from one spreadsheet to another.
How long, you may have already said this, I may have missed it, but how long has this been going on for?
About the first, I guess I don't know. a month or two, definitely, since it's been obvious, but I have a horrible feeling that it's been not obvious for a while. You know?
Yeah.
Hmm. And did your father before he passed, did he ever complain of this happening to him?
Not specifically. I mean,
Hmm.
he seemed to think everything was watching him, but not like this. I mean, honestly, I think he was just a grumpy old man and liked to be left alone, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, should we set up some cameras? Try and get some sleep and see what happens, if anything happens during the night or tomorrow. I mean, I'm not picking up on very much. I feel like I might need to get some sleep in before I'm any use.
Yes, yeah, that's feeling quite. It's usually around my bedtime anyway, so I'll show you to the room, and he kind of leads you up, shows you to it's a decently sized room. There's a bed. There's a sofa bed. One of you is probably going to have to double up. It's a double bed, a double sofa bed. So he's like, "Oh, I have a sleeping bag if someone wants to sleep on the floor, but I just."
It's
We'll be fine.
We'll make do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be in the next room if you do need me, and I guess you'll be here if I need you. So.
Wake us before you go down in the morning.
Oh, of course. It's no worries.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night. Sleep well.
And he kind of trudges off back down to the next room, and the door closes.
No way the three of us are going to sleep at the same time.
No, absolutely
No
not.
way.
We're taking it.
Something is going on here.
I can't make sense of it. On one hand, I feel like Walter is just being tormented by, I don't know, maybe Wyatt. Just because, is his dad. If Wyatt wasn't the one that was, if he was falsely imprisoned, and he's pretty mad about that. But then again, we've got these deaths that are actually happening. It just seems so not connected to what's happening to Walter.
Yeah, the only connection is that his
the son.
father was a suspect.
Yeah.
And
that
his
we have to talk
father
about.
was found
Oh, it
in
was
that
one of
kind
those
of
deaths.
way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. And then to have more recent deaths being some kind of copycat. I mean, there couldn't be a more perfect trigger for this man's trauma.
Mm-hmm.
The other person who died this way recently, were they also a suspect?
Or related to.
No, they weren't. If anything,
weird.
from your research, they seem to fit the original killings kind of motives, victims.
Yeah.
Victoria, in your research, did you find anything to suggest that Wyatt and Walter's father knew each other?
I am looking to the game master.
You didn't find anything, but if you'd like to do some more research, you're absolutely welcome to.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Let's see whether I can, or whether I go down a rabbit hole. I go down a rabbit hole.
Oh.
I rolled a 7 plus 16, and my law's a 13.
As you can imagine, there's a lot of conspiracy theories around such a violent and extravagant serial killer. The fact that the killer confessed makes them even more weirdly enticing to the true crime serial killer lot. And unfortunately, all the information about Noel is mixed up in a jumble of true crime podcasts, of both genuine and disingenuous Netflix originals.
Our
I feel
favourite.
like Netflix originals with surprisingly hot actors in the main role.
Yep.
And weird super fans of Wyatt.
Yeah.
And there's this huge discourse online of some conspiracy theories being like, oh, but my favorite true crime podcast said that Noel was actually the real killer all along. And then a bunch of like die-hard stands of this serial killer are like, no, he's the real one. He had to be. And he's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
Ted Bundy-esque kind of fans.
Okay.
And
Just.
so it's a jumbled mix, and whether or not they knew each other, or if that's just making it more exciting for the documentaries and the true crime, it's hard to know because everyone has a different story.
Okay. But we know that they lived in the same area as the killings, right? They both lived in the same area. So
they both lived in the same town.
Okay, so it's not beyond reason that they could have known each other.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm
a lot of
trying
people
to-
live in Kent, because it was Kent, right?
Yeah.
It was Kent, but it was specifically Maidstone in Kent and the surrounding areas. So a lot of the killing has happened in that one town.
And my theory, I've got a theory that's brewing, and it's that we're dealing with. My theory is that Wyatt wasn't the killer, but confessed. Noel was the killer. Wyatt is now just tormenting Walter because he's angry that he was imprisoned for his life and died in prison, even though he confessed. But then obviously Noel died like 5 days after. And then obviously these killings have started happening in the same way. And that's why the people are asking Walter, do you remember me? That was why I was trying to my theory was I was trying to say, does Noel and Wyatt know each other? Because then if Walter was a kid at that time, he potentially would also know Wyatt. Was my very long-winded reach there as to why the ghost is saying, do you remember me? But I could also just be doing a mulberry and fixating on something that Amy gets what I mean when I say that. I'm fixating on one very big red herring or piece of information that I don't need to be. So
I'm thinking differently. I'm wondering whether paranoia could be an emotion that's coming off the ghost that's feeding Walter. Why Walter?
Walter.
I suppose we'll see. It's only the first night.
I just feel like why is Walter not being attacked? Why has Walter not gone missing? Why has Walter not been found dead? That's if the ghosts are, if this is it's a spirit that is coming to their door and, knocking or stopping him in the street, and it's the same thing that's doing the killings in the town. Why is it not just targeted Walter? Why is Walter still alive?
Why hasn't it killed anybody in 9 months? 6 people have gone missing, but no obvious deaths like the first two.
Mhm.
Well, one of them was Noel, but you see my point.
Oh, sorry, correction. No, one of them wasn't Noel.
Oh, okay, so 3 deaths the same way.
Noel was found dead with blood coming down his eyes, but his death has been declared kind of like a medical cause,
Oh, okay.
like natural causes.
But
2 people
the
were found.
ghost hunters think it, the community online
Yeah,
thinks
yeah.
it was that. Yeah, okay.
So his face wasn't drawn in the mirror.
He wasn't even
None of
found
that
in the
stuff.
bathroom.
Oh, okay then.
I'm just suspicious. I want to.
Yeah.
It's difficult to, probe him too much about his dad's history,
Yeah.
his relationship to that. But I mean, if they lived together, if they were found here, who knows what really happened and what Walter has experienced
Yeah.
or seen.
Because I assume Walter's old enough that he would have been a child when these killings were happening. If this was happening in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was probably 9
Okay.
when
Okay.
Wyatt was arrested.
Yeah, I mean, maybe an inquisitive little boy that saw too much, or also an oblivious little boy that prefers to play with wooden cars. It's
I also mean as an adult, surrounding his dad's death.
yeah.
Very easy to go down to, natural causes. No, nothing was found in the mirror. But somebody aware of the history around the circumstances might have been in the house and might have tampered with that.
That's true.
I don't know. Something felt off about him to me.
Knock, knock.
Oh.
Knock,
Oh
knock.
dear, these walls are thin. Oh, it's the front door. Okay.
The front door.
The front door at like what, 3 a.m. in the morning?
Knock, knock.
On the dot, is it? 3 a.m.
It's not on the dot, no.
That was I just plucked that out of
Right.
thin air. That we were.
He did say 3 a.m. earlier.
Oh,
He
okay,
did.
okay.
Yes.
Which one of us going? Shall we all go?
Knock,
Yeah,
knock.
I'm happy.
I think it's
Okay,
best.
I'm
I
gonna-
think I should go as well because I think I should be able to try and get a read on what this thing is.
You wake up to a sight of a man in his probably mid to late 30s. He's got hair kind of down to his shoulders. He's chubby and wearing a kind of shirt and coat. He looks at you and goes, "Hello."
Hello. Good evening. It's a bit late to be knocking on a door.
Who are you?
Who are you? It's late to be knocking on a door.
And he clearly gets this nervous look and he begins walking away.
Can I spidey sense him, spirit sense
Sure.
him before he leaves?
I think we should just grab him.
I was thinking, should I just grab
Yeah,
these?
okay, you can grab him whilst I don't. I'm just gonna stare at him really intently and see if I can get a vibe. I rolled 2 1s.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Holy hell. You do not get the sense that this thing is human. It's that uncanny, doesn't look right. Just the proportions of the face, it's wrong.
Skinwalker, I hate them. That's one thing that freaks me
He
out
starts-
so much is skinwalkers.
He starts walking away, and the moment he gets more than one step away, he is scurrying, he's running.
Grab him?
Yeah, look at Ellis.
Yeah.
Do I go?
I think you would see like genuine fear on Ellis's face as like what she's witnessed is not right. Do with that what you will. How you respond to that is up to Ruby.
Just break away from Ellis's eyes and just flash. Just move as quickly as possible and go, hey, wait right there.
You begin to chase him down, and he's running decently fast, kind of enough at least for you to make a good chase against him. He turns a corner, and then as you turn it, you see he's gone down an alleyway that's not got an end. He runs to the bottom, facing away from you. No. He heads down to his knees. It's like, no, it's not. And then starts like kind of covering his face a little bit.
Come to a bit of a slow and kind of come down a little bit to their level and put my hand sort of just above the shoulder. Just say, hey, what's going on? And
It's too soon. It's too soon.
Too soon for what?
He slightly turns his head around, and past the hair, you see the faintest sight of his left eye begin to droop down.
Whoa, what's happening to you?
Goes back again. I can't keep it. I can't keep it.
Keep what?
And then he just turns around fully, and you see his face is completely featureless.
Okay.
Keep yourself.
I can't keep my form. I can't do it.
Why are you trying? Why do you want to be here?
My friend is there.
Your friend? Walter?
He was my friend.
Who was your friend?
Well, Walter was my friend.
Walter. And you're trying to protect him?
I wanted to be friends with him. And then the old man appeared.
His dad?
He's in the house. I don't know who he is. He's the old man. He's the older man.
He lives there now, still?
Walter is different. He used to feed me, and now he's different.
He's had a very difficult life. He's scared.
We were friends.
Sometimes
This voice is kind of coming through in your head, and you don't know where it's coming from. But there's this sadness in it.
I think sometimes things change and they're difficult. But if you can move on, if this is your form changing, we can look after Walter, your friend. You can go.
But we were friends. He would feed me every day.
What did he make?
Just chicken and food he had. Ellis and Victoria, are you gonna slowly follow?
I think one of us probably should, but one of us should probably stay here, right?
Yeah, I'm happy to stay here if you want to go.
Okay. Call us if anything happens. All right. And yeah, I will take off and follow after. Try and find out which way they've gone.
You see Ruby standing there in this kind of alley driveway, and as you get closer, you see the faceless entity in front of her.
Oh well, good catch, Ruby. Well done. What's going on?
This is Walter's friend.
Oh. Well, hello, Walter's friend. I'm Ellis.
He gave me a name.
Do you remember it?
He called me Rhubarb.
Oh, I love that so much. Well, that's...
Well, you know, that was my nickname at school. That's what people used to call me, Ruby Rhubarb.
I don't know what school is.
Oh, good for you. You haven't had to worry about that, have you? Spending time with Walter and eating chicken together. I'm like eyeing Ellis of like, these are the things I have been told.
Mm-hmm.
You see as he, with Ellis here now, he's trying to put on another face, and you see features begin to appear and then kind of shake and disappear very quickly.
Hey, don't feel like you need to hide around us. We're here to help.
There's silence. For a featureless face, it looks... the body language is down. He was my friend. I wanted to be friends still, and then the older man came, and I don't think he remembers me.
Well, do you think you maybe look a little bit different from how you used to?
I can't keep my form.
It's okay.
It's a new form and I can't keep it. I can't. I try, but whenever I'm around people, it goes.
Yeah, I get that. So G knows what this is, but can Ellis do some sort of roll to...
You may. Please roll with a additional plus. I'll give a +3. Considering everything.
I use the help others to make it full.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Would it be a law roll?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'm at a 15 now. No, I rolled a 19. These dice were doing so well, and now they're going in the bin.
I'll tell you what, because this is a ghost you've mentioned before.
Mhm.
So I think perhaps just in the intensity of what's happening, everything you might know about them, the specifics about them isn't coming to you, but you would know very likely this is definitely a faceless ghost. I would say, because you've mentioned it before, and I think Ellis has a affinity for the more kind of tragic, less aggressive ghosts, that they can't keep their form around other people. Well, around people.
Yeah. Well, do you struggle to keep your form around Walter as well?
Yeah, I can't keep it
Okay.
around anyone.
What would it
Played so
take?
fast. I just wanted to be like him.
What would it take to help you right now? What can we do? Anything to help you?
I need to. I need to regain my form. I need to be alone. I want to help Walter. The older man is there, but I need to.
Do you think the older man is not very nice to Walter?
He stands over him.
Okay.
And Walter has been different ever since he arrived.
Okay. How long ago was that, if you have a concept of time? I'm not expecting you to have a concept of time.
I don't know. Quite a lot of nights.
Okay. Well, I think we've got enough information here, Ruby, to go and speak to the brains of the operation and get some more information from them. But you go and rest, Rhubarb, and we're going to be here for a little while, maybe a few days. So go get some rest, and we'll go talk to Walter, and we'll let him know you said hi. Does that sound good?
He scurries away.
Okay. Well, good catch, Ruby.
Yeah. Tragic.
Yeah. I don't know much about the Faceless. Victoria will probably know more. But as far as I'm aware, they can't keep their form around people, around humans. And normally they're just harmless. They just need to be cared for, really. They just want to be cared for, which is really sad to think about little Rhubarb wanting to be friends with Walter.
It sounds like they were. He was saying before you got there that they would feed him, and Walter would bring chicken, and that there was some sort of level of care and connection.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
I
bit.
wonder what he'd have to say about that.
Yeah, it's a bit
His
odd.
experience was.
Yeah, it's a bit odd that maybe it wasn't a human. Maybe it was an animal or something else that he was kind of looking after in a way.
Street fox or something.
Yeah, if it was a human, you'd think the human would just come back and be like, hey, the fact that it's come back as a faceless would suggest that it wasn't before. But anyway, we should probably get back to Victoria.
Let's get in, it's cold.
I don't like the thought of Victoria being alone now in the house with the old man. It doesn't fill me with good vibes.
Yeah. So a multi situation, many spirits involved.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Ruby, by the way, do you know a Bryn?
GM, do I know a Bryn?
No.
I didn't think so, just in case. No, it's not a name that rings a bell.
Interesting. Okay. I'll just skip off down the lane back to the house. No context.
And we will take a quick break there.
Incoming message coming from the 588.
Good morning, recruits. Welcome to hell.
This is basic training. No one's supposed to die.
Wing Women is a semi-historical actual play podcast.
Have you pissed anyone off recently?
No one I can think of. While I run through the bulleted indexed list of people we've pissed off in the last couple of days.
They endure discrimination from their male counterparts.
All of your beds have been carried out of the nurse's station and placed in the middle of the jogging track.
I don't think it was Ivan. He's weak.
Against this bitter setting, our 4 motley heroines gain the chance to experience queer joy, gender euphoria, and equality for the first and perhaps the only time in their lives.
How obvious am I being?
See, I've kind of always thought that there is a level to some of us in this barracks that's visible.
Have you been using the word shenanigans?
I've been experimenting.
Where did you learn that word?
Until the next mission, this is us, signing off.
You eventually head back around the alleyway up back towards Victoria. Victoria, you saw the man scurry off down the road.
It's all good. It's all good. That's nothing to really be too worried about. What is to be worried about, though, is the old man that's currently in the house with you, Victoria.
Pardon?
Yeah, sorry, I probably could have worded that so much easier. So that ghost is the Faceless. I don't know if you've got more information on that. All I know is that it is the Faceless. I don't really know much more than it. But basically, he just wants to be friends with Walter. And it said his name was Rhubarb. Really cute, huh?
That is really cute.
Yeah. Our theory is that it's maybe was like an animal that he befriended, but we don't know. But it did say that he doesn't like the old man that's in the house with you right now.
Do you mean Walter?
No, another one. I'm thinking it's either Noel or Wyatt.
I'll go put the kettle on, shall I?
Yeah.
Victoria, would you like to roll me a lore roll with +2 for additional context there to see if you know about the Faceless?
So that makes it 15. And I rolled a 3 and a 5, which is an 8.
So the Faceless.
I do the Google.
The ghosty Google.
The ghosty
Go
Google.
to your mind palace and pluck the information out.
Faceless ghosts are very common in Japanese folklore. I'm gonna butcher the word here for them, but it's Nopperabo. They are ghosts who lose all identifiable in Japanese folklore. They're ghosts of people who lose all identifying markers, and then they take on the appearance of people and approach to try and make human connections.
Okay.
However, from a more scientific part, you would have looked into the more fringe research stuff done on the Faceless. And it's believed that they are the ghosts of animals, but not just any animals. They're the ghosts of animals that are not quite domesticated yet.
Mm-hmm.
Animals that can make very good connections with humans, but they're not cats or dogs. They're not, you don't know, many people have them in their house. If you think in Japan, things like raccoon dogs and are big for that. In America, a lot of raccoons. In the UK, a lot of foxes. Weirdly, what you do know about Faceless is that while they're not very good at keeping their form with humans, they're very good at keeping their form with other Faceless ghosts. And one kind of fringe concept you've heard of is the idea of faceless towns or villages, where a lot of faceless ghosts come together or are brought together. They think they're talking to humans, but they're all just faceless ghosts, and they keep up this uncanny facade with each other. But it's just it's rumors of uncanny villages in the corner of some island in Japan. There's never been any actual evidence of that, but generally they are ghosts of animals who get close to humans, and then after they die, they just keep trying to be friends with them, and they are terrifying to the humans because they are, the moment they start talking to them, they can keep it for a while, and then their facial features begin to fade or drift, or turn inhuman, unfortunately for some of them. So they're usually very kind and very tragic ghosts.
Protect rhubarb at all costs. Take rhubarb
So-
back to the warehouse with us.
So there's no indication that these villages, these places where they're kept are real.
Mostly rumors. Rumors of people walking into villages and then suddenly every single person in the village just starts losing their face. Rumors of shady organizations constructing them and not telling people.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's also tied into a lot of weird othering as well. You get the even more fringe people on the fringe scene being like,
Yeah.
oh, I went in that village, yeah, I know, like, and it's got some bad connotations, but
Mm-hmm.
there is a sense that people believe they're real, and for some of them it is a wholesome project that should be a thing. It's certainly considered the most kind outcome for a faceless.
Yeah.
So one thing that Rhubarb said was that they just want to look out for Walter, and that they don't think the old man is not a nice person. So maybe helping get rid of the old man will help Rhubarb move on.
Yeah, Rhubarb said that they've seen the man standing over Walter at night while they're sleeping. So that could be why the faceless decided to come at night, knocking on the door, getting more frequent. It's almost like they're worried.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tricky conversation. I don't imagine he's thought in any way that his dad is here.
No.
Didn't mention seeing anything like that. In fact, said specifically not in the house.
Yeah. If whoever the old man is, might not be his father. But he said nothing about what we would typically assume to be haunting like behavior.
You,
then
Ellis,
maybe-
you didn't feel anything in the house, right?
No, well, I didn't feel what I normally feel. I felt weird, but I think that was just because I'm just a little bit off. Just need to sleep. I mean, yeah, it felt weird to me because I didn't feel anything, but to you guys, that would probably be a reassurance. But here's the thing. I'm still in the camp that whatever is going on with potentially these killings is this thing, this old man, potentially. And that's why Walter doesn't feel anything. Walter doesn't feel the presence of the ghost because that's not what it's here to do. It's here to continue what it did. You know, jury's out whether it's his dad or not, but
Out of interest, if I look up the missing persons, are any of them the same face that the faceless was using, that Rhubarb was using?
Oh, for sure. I won't make you roll for it. You can look it up. You had the websites from before. None of them seemed the same.
Okay.
I think Walter said that sometimes they look like people he knew, didn't they? So
Yeah.
I think the faceless is just picking up people and copying their faces from the street and holding it for as long as possible and as it can.
I just thought it was worth closing off that avenue.
Yeah. Good thinking. Okay.
If we're running on the theory that potentially the presence in this house, the old man, is also responsible for some of these missing people, does that, Victoria, speak to any of your serial killer research? Is that even possible?
The EMF begins to kick up for the first time since you've been here.
Ugh, that sent shivers down my spine.
It seems
I think
we
we're on
may
to
have
something.
got their attention.
I guess we have said their name a few times. That's apparently a thing.
How many times have I told you I go away for 1 week, Victoria, and all you do is say the name and then a knife gets
Don't blame
thrown at
her.
Ruby.
Don't blame her. It was me. I prompted it.
Alright. Well. At the sound of the EMF, can I try and do another spirit roll to see if I can... The fresh air's helped me, rejuvenated me back into a bit of life.
For sure, yeah, go ahead.
I rolled a 1 and... Oh no, a 7 and a 2 makes a 9, and my spirit's a 16. So I passed.
Yay.
See, just a brisk jog in the 3 a.m. fresh air. That's all you need.
How do I put this?
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I want you to roll me a soul roll.
Oh. Okay.
I'll allow it to be composure.
Okay. I fail. By 1.
You open yourself up, as you often do. Sensing things around you is similar to being an open wound. And unfortunately, to gain those feelings, you have to be open. An open door. As you sense kind of what's in the room, you don't sense anything in particular. You do, however, get the overwhelming urge to walk to the mirror in the room.
It's overwhelming, I guess I go.
Where are you going? You've left your tea.
You stand facing the ornately framed mirror, and there's just something about it. You feel yourself obsessed for a second, frozen in sight, as you stare at not your own reflection, the mirror itself. And you just keep staring.
Ellis, you alright?
The voices breaks the focus. And as you turn around, just look at them, Ruby and Victoria, you see that her reflection does not.
Ruby?
I see it.
Ellis, keep looking at us. Come
I'm
away
here.
from the mirror.
Come here.
Okay. Okay.
As Ellis walks towards you, the face of Ellis's reflection begins to turn slowly, following her.
Can I launch something at the mirror to break it?
For sure, yeah. Roll me a... I guess for you it would be a muscle roll, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's good for me. My tea mug, just to make it even more of a nightmare.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, my muscle is 19 and I got a 6.
You throw the mug, it hits the mirror, it smashes it, and there's that second where Ellis's reflection is... Smiling isn't the right word. What's the word for a vindictive smile?
Like a smirk?
Yeah.
Like a leer.
Ellis's reflection smirking as the shards of glass kind of ruptures across the reflection of her face and it smashes.
What's
Sorry.
that about?
Can we see her reflection in, like, I don't know, the microwave, some glass, anything
Yeah,
like that?
I mean, there's glass kind of all around the room now. It was a glass table, like coffee table. You could see her reflection. Seems to be normal.
It's normal? Okay.
Guys, you're freaking me out. What's...
You
think
you,
I
you, you move. Your reflection didn't move.
What?
You know the stories that we were looking at on the way down about
Yeah.
the murders and the whole mirror situation?
Mm-hmm.
As you opened yourself up to whatever is here, those events started to play out. Your
Oh.
reflection looked at me in a way you have never looked at anyone.
Oh, man.
Footsteps coming down the stairs. Oh my god,
Get out
are
in the
you all
pub.
okay? Are you...
Walter, I'm so sorry. I'm
Something
very
happened?
sorry. It was me. I reacted quickly, and out of panic.
Did you see something? I mean,
We had an encounter at the door. I don't know if you heard it. Heard the knocking.
No,
We did encounter something there, and they have maybe pointed out that there is some kind of spirit in the house as well.
Oh, okay, that's a development. Don't worry about the mirror. It's fine. It's it wasn't that expensive. It's fine. I'll get a new one.
We'll get that sorted. You say nothing's ever occurred in the house before.
No. I mean, it's I'm just outside the house and around the house and doors knocking, but nothing like whatever just happened, I guess.
I know you're quite private and quite reclusive, self-titled, but have you ever had guests? And have they ever experienced anything strange?
I mean, I've had people round, yeah. I've never had anything like that, or anything, really.
Okay. Obviously, we're here kind of looking, and Ellis here has a bit more of an openness and affinity, so don't panic. Ruby says, trying not to panic, quite clearly.
No, I honestly, I feel very comfortable with you lot around. To be honest, I feel a lot safer, so it's fine. It's collateral damage.
Do you feel ready to know about what's happening with the incidents outside of the house?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm getting sleep that easy after that. So, sure.
Ruby, why don't you pop the kettle on?
I need a new tea. I'll get you guys a top up as well.
Thanks.
I'll invite Walter to sit on his own table with us.
Yeah, he sheepishly kind of sits down, a little bit nervous, but you do sense that he does feel more comfortable having you lot around. Maybe not necessarily because he necessarily feels comfortable about you lot, more just the people are here, kind of. And people believe him, I think, is part of it.
Do you remember Rhubarb? A creature of some sort.
Oh. Can't say I do.
You maybe would have
I remember the cartoon.
fed them scraps?
Can't say I remember anything like that.
You've never fed a fox or anything else some scraps from your house regularly or anything like that?
I mean, I get foxes in the garden. I mean, I've left food out sometimes, bits of meat that's gonna go off, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anything in particular.
And not one that you named?
No. I guess it makes sense. I loved was it Rhubarb and Custard, the show back in the day. I don't remember naming anything like it. I always said if I got a dog, I would name it Rhubarb, I suppose. But why? That's very specific. What did you experience?
Oh, there was a knock at the door earlier, and it was, as you said, something which didn't quite feel or act like it was part of this world. Something a little bit uncanny valley, I guess. It was surprised to see us here. Ruby and Ellis chased it down when it panicked and ran away. And when they spoke to it, it was more of a creature than a person. And it really is here to just look out for you, to look after you, and maybe also be cared for by you because it feels like it was cared for by you in life.
Must have the wrong person. Maybe a neighbor, or I don't remember any particular animal. I mean, we never even had pets as a kid.
What about your father? Did your father ever say that he fed the foxes, fed stray cats?
No, we hated them.
Yeah.
They're quite noisy animals, and our garden's very easy to get into, and I think foxes quite like secluded gardens, so
I think Victoria will look to the other two. They definitely said it was Walter.
By name, if I recall.
Yeah, or did we just... They said the man in the house and we just assumed it was Walter and they never really told us otherwise?
And they've been coming to you. Do you know me? Is what they've been saying to
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I can't say. I guess I just don't remember an animal like that, I guess.
How odd.
I mean, it's plausible that you did it as a kid and just don't remember something that was, you know, a passing thing for you, but for that animal, it was their whole
Life.
life.
I don't remember there being that many wild animals around, to be honest, when I was a kid. Feels quite recent, you know? The foxes and that in the cities.
Hmm.
Well, the good news is that it's not aggressive. It's just trying to make a connection. It's not. I know that they're scary. That, and it feels like a lot, but they really are, as far as spirit goes, gentle, caring. They really just want to spend time with you because at one point you were their whole world.
That's so odd. I wish I remembered. I mean, if they have the right person, then I don't know, maybe they... I don't know. I mean, I hope they're okay. Obviously, they've been coming to me for a while now. I just...
I'm stumped.
I think next time they approach you, especially if one of the three of us are there, would you be willing to talk to them?
I can try. Yeah, I can try. I've tried talking to them before, but it was always a bit
They
too
run away.
old. Yeah, they run away.
Yeah,
It-
so
If we can keep them in place, it might get a bit odd to see. They really struggle to keep the features they have together around humans. So eventually they will just kind of look like a blank face, which can be pretty scary to experience the first time.
I
But
can imagine.
you have the context that it's not harmful and it said it just wants to be your friend, so it's not out to harm you.
That is a relief. That is a relief. Yeah, I will try to open a dialogue next time.
Do we want to talk about the mirror-shaped elephant in the room?
I think we do, yes.
Okay. Talking about things that are out to harm. When we were talking to Rhubarb, they said that there was somebody else in the house. An old man. And we don't know who this old man is. And as far as speaking to you, the old man has no interest in harming you. However, I kind of reached out and I was compelled, I think, to head towards the mirror and fascinated and obsessed. And then the next thing I knew, I was being called over by everyone and Ruby was throwing a mug at the mirror, and apparently my reflection didn't move when I did.
Oh, that must have been quite frightening. Are you okay?
Yeah, more just concerned about the control that it had. Kind of lost control of myself for a moment, and that was weird, but I mean, I don't think there's any tactful way of saying this, unless anybody else has any other ways of saying it that maybe I don't. It's very similar to something that might be a bit close to home with your family.
As in what?
Victoria, Ruby, help me out here.
I'm not buying that you don't know what we're referring to.
I wish I did. I'm not sure.
Part of what we do before we take on these cases is sort of have a look at who we might be coming to meet in the middle of the night.
I would imagine so, yes.
Something that came up in that research was your father's wrongful connection to some very old murders.
Murders? Which murders?
Have you heard of the Bloody Mary killer?
Yeah. I mean, I was in the town when it was happening. I mean,
Yeah, your father was a suspect at one point.
That's...
Yeah, I have all the research right here. I'm really sorry to tell you this. But somebody else was convicted. Just do.
Yeah, the guy confessed, right?
That's correct. Yes.
I mean, I grew up around when it was happening, and it was hard to avoid hearing about it. I didn't know my dad was a suspect.
Enough to be in the documents. Yes. Not just a passing name. He was a strong suspect for a little while.
That's really weird to hear. I mean, it's...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're telling you this.
No, it's okay. I mean, no wonder he was so reclusive at the end. I mean, if people thought he was a killer, I mean, no wonder we left, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like I said, I mean, he may have been suspected, but I'm pretty sure the guy confessed to it.
He did.
He was not
He
involved.
did, and Rhubarb said an old man. That doesn't mean that we're talking about your father. Not at all. What we're saying is that there is some sort of connection in what just happened to Ellis with the mirror, and possibly those murders.
I mean, I guess all connected to mirrors, and you can see there's like he's always had a smile on his face, whether that was a sad smile, a confused smile, a slightly annoyed smile at the broken mirror, but the kind of like it's fine kind of, you never got anything but still half that smile. And for the first time you see a look on his face of reliving something that probably he didn't even know was a trauma for him. He goes, sorry, I avoided everything about it. It's being there. I guess there's quite a lot of weird memories attached to it. The fear, the going outside around then. My dad was the same age as a lot of the victims, so
yeah,
we were always quite scared that if we went out, or if they might break in, it was such a weird time. He never told me he was a suspect, but I guess he knew that would be something that might scare me more, I guess.
Yeah, how it would have been a difficult conversation to have. You can't blame him for not wanting to bring such a thing up.
No, I don't blame him. As much as I joke that he was a grumpy old man, he was a caring one,
Yeah.
I mean, if the old man is my father, I would know, right? He would have reached out in some way.
Maybe, but not necessarily. If that's not what this spirit wants to do, then I guess it's just going to do the thing that it's set out to do. It might be attached to you for some reason, but not necessarily able to. There's lots of different spirit types and very few that can actually reach out and interact with the living.
This is a lot to go over. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. Good night. He heads back upstairs, says good night with a smile, which again, you're like, he's trying, at least to make you all feel comfortable. And he heads back upstairs.
I think I could probably do with some sleep after that, if nobody minds me not taking first watch.
I'll take first watch. I've still got some things to look up, and I think maybe I'll collate everything I have on his dad for him in case he needs it. Just bring it all together.
Okay.
I'll wake you both up in a few. Well, I'll wake one of you up in a few hours.
Sounds good. I would like to cover any and all mirrors in the bedroom that we are sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm
yeah.
like, Ellis is freaked out, like more so than normal.
You there's one mirror in here. You cover it quite easily before heading to sleep.
I think it's broken sleep, but she tries her hardest.
You dream of your own face looking back at you. Victoria,
Yes.
is there anything in particular you're looking up or doing?
No, I think she is just collating everything about Noel to get together, just in case Walter has any questions, or if he's one of those people who has to see it for himself to believe it. She doesn't want him going down the Google pipeline and seeing that his dad was definitely the killer, or listening to some dodgy podcast. She would rather have a more sensitive dossier prepared for him if he wants or needs it. And I think that will probably take her a few hours to get together.
Where are you doing this?
Likely still sat in the kitchen, so the first thing that she would have done was cleared up all the broken glass.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll help before doing anything. Clean up the glass.
You hear a door open in the living room.
And I guess when I look towards it, there's nobody there.
There's nobody there, but the door has swung open.
Great. You did close the front door properly, didn't you, Ruby?
I'll check. The weather hasn't been great. Maybe there's a window open.
As you head out to have a look, you see through the cupboard under the stairs door opens.
Yeah, not the wind. Just sort of call back to Victoria. Not the wind.
You can see inside that cupboard appears to be some stairs going down.
Okay, yeah, back up slowly. There is a stairway down under the stairs, and the door just opened, seemingly of its own will.
The place has a basement.
Apparently so.
I don't want to wake up Ellis.
No, me neither. She does need rest, but I don't think we should do anything without her.
Wait till the morning and check it out?
Yeah, maybe if we just stay firm. Seemingly unbothered, no attention given.
Okay. Back to cleaning this up then. But you should go to bed, check on Alice. I'll finish this up. I'll wake you up in 4 hours.
I can see she's reluctant to leave you alone.
She's already been touched by it. I would feel more comfortable if you were with her.
Yeah.
I promise I won't go down the creepy staircase on my own.
Cool. Okay. Keep your phone charged. I'll keep mine up there.
I'll make sure I'll scream very loudly.
Yes, please. Yeah. I head up, and I'm gonna, on my way, close that door.
Yeah, you close the door. You feel kind of air coming up. Clearly there's a room down there. You head up to the room, try and get some sleep, and dream of your own face looking back at you. Victoria. Playing all the evidence, the laptop screen. You can see the faint kind of outline of yourself in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to notice that it's lagging as you're moving behind. Just a millisecond.
I think she will.
It begins to do the opposite.
She will slam the lid closed.
It closes.
She'll take a little walk around the outside of the table. And then...
The table, as I mentioned earlier, is glass.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, again, that reflection lagging behind you as you go around.
Okay, she'll fully step away from the table.
Your reflection doesn't.
And there's reflections in almost everything in a modern house. She doesn't even want to open her phone because you have a mirror in your phone as well. So I think she will just not run, but she will slowly walk up the stairs, like pretending that she's not paying that much attention to what's going on.
As you head out, the door under the stairs reopens as you try to walk past it.
She'll kick it closed and keep walking.
You head up the stairs.
Bloody drafts!
Cling into that denial.
Just she
What's
says
it
it
gonna
verbally. Internally, she's freaking out.
You head up the stairs. Multiple paintings and pictures and in frames kind of leading up the stairs as you see multiple versions of your face just kind of staring back at you as you eventually get up to the landing.
Yeah, just straight into the bedroom with the other two.
Ellis is, I can imagine, moving a lot in her sleep. Abby, probably less so. Sorry, Ruby, probably less so.
Yeah, she'll be waking up Ruby. Probably quite aggressively, just Ruby.
Yeah, shoots awake instantly. What's going on?
My reflection's been weird. Like, first it was slow moving, and now it's just looking at me as I go past it.
Did you feel compelled? Ellis said there was like a feeling of being compelled to look.
No, but I'm not sensitive like Ellis is.
True. It's no coincidence, right?
No.
That old story, that old thing.
It can't be. Why else would it be mirrors? Is there any ghost type which prefers to fiddle with reflections and look through mirrors?
I don't think so.
I won't make you roll, because I think you would know. There is one specific ghost type that does like mirrors. One that you're brain flicks to, probably dismisses very quickly. But there is a certain legend ghost that has a liking for mirrors. The one the very killer is named after. But
Like a teenager.
you also know that it hasn't really fit the myth of it. The legend is very specific with Bloody Mary. It has to be, you have to say the name 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And legend ghost types, they literally only exist based on their legend.
So no, can't be a coincidence.
And, you know, once we're kind of talking legend status, I think they go for those more open, you know, like the old thing would be, wouldn't it? Of if you dare try and connect and say those things. Ellis is actively trying to connect. Maybe it's put it together that we're also here for it.
Maybe.
We need to go down to the basement.
I don't want to.
No. Do we know if there's anything in the old stories about a basement? Was there ever?
Not with the Bloody Mary myth, no. It's very singular. If anything, of all the legend ghost types, the Bloody Mary myth is the most, like, the less likely to be real, as real can say, right? It's too spread out. But it's always very specific to mirror, say the name 3 times, and then Bloody Mary kills them in various graphic ways, depending on who's telling it.
Well, I guess hope Ellis enjoyed her 45-minute nap.
Yeah, she seemed pretty restless. So
I haven't had any sleep. And I've heard the entire conversation that you've just had.
well, at least you filled in.
Yeah.
Do you fancy a trip to a creepy basement?
Not particularly.
Me neither, but
I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think it's a legend. I don't think it's the Bloody Mary. This is preying on us. This is getting far too much enjoyment. We've not invited this in. This is waiting for us. This has got to be the spirit of whoever the Bloody Mary killer was, continuing what they do best in the afterlife.
great. Do any of us feel the type of people that they would have liked to have killed?
Bloody Mary killer mostly killed people in their from 25 to 45. They weren't particularly picky about gender. They weren't particularly picky about most things a lot of serial killers are. Their criteria tended to be people home alone, usually that lived alone, and were in a certain area. So they had a very wide range, which is part of why they were so feared for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of serial killers, they go after very specific types of people, meaning a lot of people can feel okay about it. But the Bloody Mary killer, as long as you lived alone and owned a mirror, and sometimes You didn't even need to own the mirror. The mirror could be brought in, you know. Who knows if they all had it. So you could all, in theory, I believe, roughly fit the type.
Great.
Right, okay. I think we've just got to deal with this right now, haven't we?
I think so.
Otherwise,
it's escalating.
Yeah.
Ruby, Victoria, if anything happens again like that, you know it's not me, right?
Yes, you've never looked at us in that way.
That's why it was so scary. It was not you.
Okay. If it happens again, just try and snap me out of it in the best way you can. Safely if possible, but if that's not possible, then just don't let me do anything to anyone.
We won't.
Nobody look in a mirror. I'm about to lose my best friends in front of my eyes, please.
Good luck trying to get downstairs without seeing your reflection. It's not just mirrors.
Yeah, well, we can just run like this.
Okay. We'll put the blinders on, shall we?
Yeah. Okay.
You begin heading downstairs. You don't even look at the picture frames beside you. Head down and to the cupboard under the stairs, which is already back open. You see the stairs going down it.
Is the light on?
Something. Sorry, go on.
No.
I'm going to put something up against the door to keep it open. Something heavy, like a.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is the kind of house, there'll definitely be a doorway somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torches.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'll hand them out. We taking the cameras?
I feel like Heather would, if we survive this, I think Heather would murder us if we didn't capture some sort of evidence of this.
I've got my body
Cameras
one on.
They're another reflective surface.
If we put the GoPros on, then and we put them on our bodies, we won't be looking at a reflective surface.
We will if we look at each other.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to suggest. Take one down on a little tripod and then just place it in the corner of the room and then don't look at it again.
That seems like a compromise.
Okay.
I don't want to get shouted at by Heather.
No. God, she's probably having the most amazing time right now on her retreat, and we're here, shaking in our boots. Okay. Right, we'll attach a GoPro to a little mini tripod. I will press go on it now, and then I will hold it down to my side, and I'm not looking at it as we walk down the stairs.
You begin heading down, and I think one thing that you see very quickly is that the construction of this is not professionally done.
Creepy.
As you continue heading down the stairs, the creaky wood, you eventually find yourself in not a significant room, but with kind of cabinets around all sides. There's a light switch behind you.
I'm flicking that switch. Going straight for it.
You
room
hear
full of
the
mirrors.
click.
Yeah, right.
You hear the click, and then it takes a second for the lights to flicker on, and then you don't see mirrors. You see 12 small jars going across the right of the room.
I've had my suspicion that he's known all along that it was his dad. I've had a suspicion this entire
Yeah,
time.
I've not been buying it.
No.
I don't think it was his dad. I think it was him.
9 years old.
Oh, was he only 9? Okay, never
He was
mind.
9 when it happened. I think it was his dad.
It could be him this time around.
Yeah, it could be him this time around.
In each of the jars, in a liquid you can't quite determine, is an eyeball.
Trophies. Love that. Great. Do we get phone signal down here?
Absolutely not.
No, of
Don't
course
even-
not.
Yeah, do we know that sort of matches with an original victim count from our research?
12 eyes, 6 disappeared people.
Yeah.
That was Abby's very poor maths coming out then. Did not connect that until you said it.
No,
Thank
they could have just
you.
taken one eye from each person. It's like fine.
Okay.
Oh, God. Guys, I don't have a good feeling about this.
I don't want to be in a house with a serial killer.
Well, we're jumping to conclusions. I'm on your side, but I think
No, why would he call us? Why would he call us? He wouldn't call us. That's insane. Right?
Insane, right?
yeah,
Right?
we kind of fit the MO.
That's your thing of trying to rationalize these insane thoughts.
Mhm.
One thing you do spot is that on the other side of the room appears to be a computer and a couple of letters.
Is there like any rags or any blankets or anything down here?
No.
I'm still going straight.
I was going to take off my jacket and I'm going to throw it over the monitor because it's a reflective surface. A big
But then I won't be
reflective
able to see what's on it.
Yeah, but what happened when you opened your laptop, Victoria?
Well, worst case scenario is I'll lose who I am
You
and you can pull me
die?
away from the computer.
We'll be ready. We'll be ready.
Okay, put my jacket
We need to
on.
know what's on there.
Just look at the letters before we open
Try them
ourselves up to.
first.
Yeah.
I'm going to back up the stairs a little bit and sort of linger halfway through to keep an eye if old chappie upstairs decides to come down.
Oh my god, I'm
Sure.
so scared. I'm so scared.
You open one of the letters. It's from an animal charity confirming an appointment for various jabs.
Under what name?
Right.
Yeah.
Rhubarb Lane.
Oh god. I knew it. I knew it. I knew he's been lying to us this entire time.
Man's a liar.
You keep going through. These letters seem to be a correspondence back and forth between Walter and a charity. And you can see there's some of these are just print out of emails.
Mm-hmm.
Walter's very old school. And you can see some of what he sent. And you kind of pick up a bit of a story going on of he began feeding a fox in his garden. He did for quite a while. And then he wanted to adopt the fox. He checked legality. He checked what jabs they would need, what they would need to be safe, what would need for him to be, hygienic and everything like that. He fought local council and things like that. It was a procedure. And he won. Foxes are allowed as pets in the UK. And eventually the correspondence stops with the charity about the jabs that the fox would need. And you even see another letter come through. The final letter is the charity checking up because they haven't received correspondence for a while.
This doesn't sound like a serial killer to me.
So remind me of dad timing.
Dad died 9 months.
He
Dead a
died
year. He's been dead a
in
year.
January. Yeah, so he died in kind of December, January. The first correspondence about rhubarb appears to be late January, February.
Mhm.
And then about May, the correspondence just stops.
Ellis,
Mhm.
how does possession work?
That's a good question. I assume I would know that, but she doesn't
for sure.
necessarily know that mechanically.
Possession is a way for a ghost to take a physical form through inhabiting a human body, as it sounds. It is not viable long term because the person who's possessed tends to be able to keep semblance of connection with the outside world. There's a few different types of possession. Some, for example, bound possession. If someone's wearing a ring that the ghost is bound to, they might be able to influence them by changing emotions. But possessing tends to be short stints. And I will say, very powerful ghosts can, in theory, with permission. By permission, I mean if they've been invited, clean up after themselves and potentially remove the memory of their time there. Maybe even replace it with some kind of dream or...
Do we know if it's it can be an in and out sort of thing? Short periods, but frequently.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It takes a lot out of the person being possessed, and it takes a lot out of the ghost to do it as well. So it has to be very strong. It has to be very... What's the word I'm looking for? Motivated ghost.
Do we know the 6 people that went missing? Do we know how quickly in succession that was? Or was there kind of fairly big gaps between?
Roughly 3 weeks to a month.
Okay. It depends on how much downtime said ghost needs, doesn't it?
More that the time-wise, for the timeline, the last correspondence came just before the first victim.
Yeah.
And I will remind Rhubarb it said that Rhubarb's been coming up to him about for about 2 months. I will add, if a ghost is possessing someone enough, they might be able to use emotional controls to maybe not remove memories, but remove the prevalence of them.
Yeah.
So, everything I'm hearing is suggesting that it's the dad. Definitely said that his dad didn't like animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that if he's latched himself onto his son, he wouldn't necessarily want his son to remember that he's got
Control.
Fox friend.
You hear footsteps coming from down to the ground floor.
Pop up because I'm halfway up the stairs anyway. I'll pop up and just sort of. I propped the door open, so I'm not going to be able to get it closed quickly enough. So we'll just have to stand strong and just wait at the bottom of the stairs.
Comes down and goes, "Oh, Ruby, hi. I couldn't sleep."
No,
You're in the basement.
we were struggling as well. The door opened.
Oh, how odd.
Yeah. Is it? What do you keep in the basement? It's unusual for properties like this to have a basement. It looks almost newly constructed.
Not very new. I mean, my dad built it himself. I don't know if he had planning permission, I'll be honest, but I've not really been down there, to be honest. I assumed it was full of his stuff. Or his unwanted stuff, at least. Why, what have you found anything interesting?
The girls have gone ahead. I've not been down there yet.
Well, I'll put the kettle on, I suppose.
Yeah. Make that one for each of us, and we'll meet you up here in a second.
He heads off to the kitchen.
Scurry back down. Seems all right at the minute. He didn't really have any reaction or memory of this basement.
He reappears at the top of the stairs. Seeing as you found everything, I think maybe, just maybe, we stop pretending. You see his posture has changed. That smile is gone. I don't want any distractions. My son needs to become the man he was supposed to. Just like he said. So, what should we do about that?
I have a question. Do I know if I can bind a spirit to an object that is currently possessing a person? Or do they have to be out of the human person to be able to do that?
They'd have to be no longer possessing them.
Shit, okay. Okay. Would I know how to do that? Like how to coax them out?
Exorcism.
Oh
ritual, and the way it works is closer to osmosis.
Yep.
They're very unlikely to come out to their own form. The safest way of doing it is trying to tempt them into another, and then trapping them.
We'd know this from past sort of. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's another ritual that you lot can do.
I'll keep him talking for now, and just say, well, fascinating.
He's really come into his own, I think.
All of that down there, all six. That was you, father and son, working together?
Think of me more as the director.
Ingenue, some could even say.
It's soon to be 9, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I'm fascinated, truly. Maybe just show us. I try and kind of lead him downstairs. Try and just keep as much fear away as possible, and kind of just act like a fanatic.
Roll me, I guess, a convince then.
Okay. 13. We want under 10.
Very well. If you must have a demonstration. He takes a few steps down, grabs a large knife you realize is probably something he grabbed from the kitchen. That smile returns, but it's more that smirk you saw on Ellis's face. Who would you like me to show you on?
If you could maybe let me just see through my eyes. Let me be as artistic and fantastic as you.
You have the demeanor of a murderer about you. Have you done that? Have you killed?
I have taken life.
Are those the ones that follow you about?
Takes like a really deep breath. Tries to stay strong. Who knows? Has that ever happened to you?
Well, I've killed my fair share.
Let me experience it.
He hands you the knife and just says, maybe you should experience it with one of your friends down there.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of pretend, I think. But almost make it look stumbling, like unsure and unconfident. Sort of like approach. Obviously, you guys have been hearing what's been going on and hopefully have the vibe. You can just about see through my eyes that it's okay. But she comes towards both of you.
You also
The knife
see Ruby's reflection on the knife. Smirk.
So I don't know how. Show me like you showed your son.
Roll me another convince, please.
Who'd ever want to get possessed, man? Yeah. That is 16. No, foul.
He looks at you. I evaded the police a long time. I'm not that gullible. Victoria, can you roll me a soul roll, please?
Yeah. I rolled a 7 and my soul is 12.
Hell yeah. You see...
I feel like going.
You see as Walter's face returns back to that kind of lingering smile he has, and Victoria, you feel a wash of cold rush over you, and then you shrug it off. And Walter's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I was grabbing you the tea. I guess I forgot it. I'll go back and get it. And he starts walking back up the stairs.
Now's our chance. It's out. I felt it. I felt it come from me. It's out.
Okay. Okay. And then I would like to, I guess, try a binding ritual. Is that going to be the safest thing, to get it bound to something that we can get rid of, destroy? Is that how it works? I don't know. I'm panicking. I'm stressed.
You could, you can bind it. You'll need an object of something close to it if you want it to, or something relevant to it if you want to make sure it's permanent, or at least as permanent as it can be. Or if you want to bind it temporarily, you can use binding object.
Shall I go run and get a hand mirror?
Yeah. Is there anything else in the room that is within reachable distance?
The
There's
eyeballs.
jars of eyes.
Eyeball jars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. The issue is, right, this is a logistics question. If a binding object's broken, does that release? So it can't be the glass jar because that's way too fragile. So somebody's gonna have to stick that. It's gonna have to be me. I'm gonna have to stick my hand in a jar and pull out somebody's eyeball and bind him to an eyeball, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
it seems valid.
logistically,
Yeah.
can't, like, a jar can just topple over and smash, and he's out in the world again. So
Yep.
it's either the eyeball, or we have to hope that there's a hand mirror within the knife. Wait, Ruby's literally holding the knife. Could we not just put it in the knife?
I thought
just
that,
a
but I
normal
think it just
kitchen
came
knife.
from the kitchen. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's just...
I think the eyes are your safest bet.
I will say with the eyes, you've got a good train of thought, but I think you are forgetting the one thing that does happen with parts of the body after death.
Yeah.
They do decompose.
Not if you put them in enough formaldehyde. We're good.
I
I
assumed
know
that
what
they
not being
were
kept
already
in.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Amy
assumed that
knows
they
what
were
the
probably
mix
already
is.
in. Yeah.
Amy knows what the percentage mix is, but I don't think Victoria would.
She could research it though.
Absolutely, it's just an easy
I'm not
Google.
carrying an eyeball all the way back to where we
No,
live.
no,
from
you put
Bardot.
the
That's not
eyeball back
happening.
in the jar, because we'll fill the jar up with the preservative.
And then possibly
Yeah.
bury it 10 foot underground. So
Don't
no
know how I
one
feel.
ever sees
Don't
it
know how I
again.
We'll give
feel about.
We'll
an
give it a
eyeball.
Samuel to store. It's fine.
Oh, to be fair, Butler would probably have a freaking field day with this if we took it back to him.
We
Yeah,
might
we'll
even
just
get
give it a
bonus.
Samuel to store.
Yeah.
Make it a later
Right.
problem.
But we don't have time to discuss it, right? Okay, I'm pulling out the least decomposed eyeball out of a jar, and I'm conducting the binding ritual.
They're
on
all
an
relatively well preserved. I am going to need a roll.
Yeah.
It's a soul roll.
Yeah.
As you're doing this, you feel the air pressure in the room rise. The reflection on the knife is still Ruby's face with a smirk. You see kind of the computer screen, which you tried to cover, but Victoria stopped you. Now has the image of Ruby's face, but blood pouring down it. Like, things are building here. I'm gonna need a soul
Do
roll.
it now, Ellis. Do it now.
Do it!
Okay, it's a 5. It's a 5, and my soul's a 16.
Ooh.
Okay. Can I just say, if you'd failed that roll, shit would have hit the fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I do
begin the
reduce. I
binding
do
ritual.
reduce my
Stat by
stat though, don't I? By 2.
By 2.
Yep.
You pour. Again, it's an open wound, right? It's like you call it towards you, and I can imagine you use that sense that it wants to possess someone, it wants to take over, it wants to show his son how it's done, I guess. And as you do, as he begins coming towards you, you feel that hand start going through your face as it tries to take over your body, but before it can, it steps over the glass, over the eye. It becomes really windy around you. The reflections, every reflection, is now just filled with this red, like just blood red, and eventually the wind stops. And the eye, the pupil of the eye, begins to bleed.
I'm going to run over with the jar for you to drop it back in. Tight.
Yeah. Extra tight. Okay. Now what?
How long will it bind for?
I think quite a long time. I think the stronger the connection the ghost has to it, the longer it will be bound. So I think the fact that it possessed a son and made him kill a person, I think that's a pretty strong connection. I don't know how long it takes for him to make a cup of tea, so I don't want him to come down the stairs and hear me going,
literally-
"You got possessed by your dad." So I'm whispering it.
As you're saying that, in distant enough, like he can't hear it, he comes and goes, "Tea's in the kitchen."
Oh my god! I
We'll be
could
up in a
die.
minute.
Here in a minute.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is the connection's strong. It's his messed up souvenir from what he's done, well, got his son to do. It might break the story if we can stop this happening by having this guy bound. The murders will stop, and maybe eventually so will his motivation.
I wonder if we empty all of the eyes into this jar, because then we've got more options that if in the future, for whatever reason, the bind breaks, we've got more eyes to bind him again again. I also don't know necessarily how we're going to approach the fact that the man we're currently in the house has killed people, and we're taking one of the evidences.
If we just take one each
really
of the
him.
eyes, the police could investigate the others. And
How are we supposed to know if they're matching? Somebody might have heterochromia and have two different coloured eyes. We might not match them up correctly.
Do we want to get the police involved?
That's the thing. I don't know if we do, but because we'll be involved. We've been here. I've touched this jar.
I get it. It's not a case of justice. It's actually looking in the eyes of the victims. Their families don't know that.
No.
Only 2 of them got found. The rest are just missing.
But he didn't do it. Really?
Not really.
Literally punishing the son for the sins of the father.
We could convince him to leave town and then just put something anonymous in.
Or we... God, this is so messed up. We remove the eyes. We leave them somewhere for them to be found. We take this one with us. There's at least one eye from that person. And we never speak of this ever again. Still holding the
Okay.
We need to tell him though, right?
We do need to tell him, yes. Oh, I need to tell him about the fox again.
How, hold on. How do you tell somebody, hey, you killed someone? How do you do that? There's, like...
Not just a one
already...
someone either.
Maybe we don't tell him.
No memory of it. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I think we just don't
Yeah,
tell him.
maybe we don't.
Just don't tell him.
Yeah.
And I think we just say that it was just a nasty old man that just used to live here and was just, didn't like that he'd moved in, but we've got rid of him now and things will be fine.
He might not even remember it. He called us for rhubarb.
I don't think he does. I retract my earlier statement to say that he was lying to us. I don't think he was lying to us. I think the ghost wiped his memories. I think that's why he's got no memory of rhubarb. I think rhubarb.
But he might now.
No, I think. Well, I assume that every time he's not possessed, his memories don't come back to him. Because he called us about. He had no memory of rhubarb, and as far as I'm aware, he wasn't possessed when he spoke to us about that. I think rhubarb's just wiped from his memory.
Oh, that's awful.
I know. I think he had good intentions to adopt rhubarb, and then got possessed before he could remember rhubarb and complete the adoption.
Right, so we don't tell him about the eyes. We just take them and put them somewhere.
Oh God! Now we're accomplices to murder.
Rub all our evidence off it. I don't know. But we don't tell him about that. We don't tell him about rhubarb.
I've just remembered that we have recorded this entire thing.
Ruby smashes the camera.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
Perfect.
Good. Done. Solved.
Oh my god. Okay. Right. No. Sensible brains
Yeah.
on. Still holding an eyeball in a jar that's possessed.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that one home. Right?
Yeah, that one's locked in.
I
know
think
what
we
we're doing with that
give.
one.
I think we give this. Do we give this to Butler? I think we give this to
Yeah.
Butler, and we tell Butler that this goes nowhere, because Butler tells us to find creepy possessed things all the time.
I'll call Samuel on the way home.
Okay.
Perfect. Job
And
one.
the other eyeballs. Job 2.
Put gloves on. Collect said eyeballs.
Uh-huh.
Drive them out to somewhere. Anonymous tip. Straight home.
Swansea's pretty close by.
We need to. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Job 2. None of these options feel right to me. The only option that feels right to me is not telling Walter what he's done.
Yeah, we don't tell Walter a thing. We take the letters with us about rhubarb.
We just take the hard drive out of this computer as well.
Okay.
He said he's not been down here, so it's not like it's been him using it for many, many months.
Yeah. What do we do about the faceless? Do we take it with us and try and find somewhere it can go? There's rumours online of places.
Do we know
Yeah,
if
no.
Faceless will move on? If if there's a way that the Faceless will move on, or are they're here to stay facelessly?
They're a tough one, because what they want, their unfinished business, is to be with the human they've attached to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really possible for them to be, because they can never really... It's very unlikely for them to be comfortable when they can't hold their form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, faceless are usually the ghosts you help rather than remove.
Yeah.
But they're quite rare as well, so...
Yeah, I just didn't know if the helping would enable the removing. Okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to having Rhubarb come stay at the warehouse with us. Just putting it out there.
Until we can find a better place for them to be.
Yeah, we could research more about these communities, see if we can find something.
Maybe. Or start one of our own. If we find more of them.
Oh, we're gonna be like collectors. That's nice. Okay. Just know I don't feel comfortable about any of these options, and I'm gonna hug the jar. And then I'm gonna realize what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna not hug the jar. Eh.
Okay. One of us
Alright.
needs to keep him talking in the kitchen while somebody cleans up down here.
Well, I'm gasping for a cup of tea, so I'll go talk to.
You need to give me that if you're going to talk to him.
Go
Oh.
look after him.
Actually, do we want to just put the rest of the eyeballs in here and give them all to Butler?
That's what I was saying. But then Ruby did make a really good point that those families don't know what's happened to their loved ones. And that the whole point of giving the eyeballs over as an anonymous tip is to allow those families to have closure of their
Yeah, you're absolutely
their
right.
family members.
Yeah, some
And
of them are
one
still
eyeball-
missing.
Yeah, one eyeball out of 11 is still enough to identify all 6 people. Or, give them closure that in that way.
But the bodies are still out there. Eyeballs are the first things that get eaten by animals.
Good point.
Let's just put them all in one jar, give it to Butler, hope the police do their job.
I do still feel better about. I feel good about removing any evidence from here so that Walter can just move on with his life. I feel good about that. I don't feel good about harboring evidence and taking that evidence away. I also don't feel good about, as Ruby said, not letting people have their closure. Do you know what? I'm going to go up and have this cup of tea. I'm going to talk to him about the fact that we're going to take Rhubarb with us. You guys can decide what's going to happen. I leave the decision in your hands, and I don't want any part of it. I'll have some part of it, but just you can make the decision.
You head up. He's sitting at the table, sipping his tea. There's 3 other teas waiting for him. As he sees you, he goes, "Your tea's getting cold."
Oh, I know, that's why I came up, because I love a cup of tea. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
I just wanted to chat to you about Rhubarb. I know you don't really remember Rhubarb.
No, I wish I did.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to try and take Rhubarb with us, and kind of look after them in the way that they want you to. The problem with faceless ghosts is that ultimately they just want to be cared for by the person they've kind of latched onto, but it's physically impossible for them to complete that. So we're going to try and just take Rhubarb under our wing for a little bit to try and ease that pressure off of you. And hopefully we can find somewhere for Rhubarb to kind of just feel that safety and comfort, and for the rest of their life.
That's a really good idea. I may not remember Rhubarb, but I don't want anyone to feel out of place. If you can find him somewhere safe, then that's amazing.
Yeah, and he was getting pretty upset and pretty stressed out that he couldn't get to you. So we're kind of helping him not feel that so much. I guess we're in a special kind of situation where we're not so as afraid of them as regular human people that don't do what we do are. So maybe you'll feel a little bit more at home with us for a little bit.
I hope so.
How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel really good, actually. Obviously, I haven't really slept. It's been hard to sleep. But you know what? After finding out a bit more about my dad, it kind of actually, I don't know. It's given me more motivation. It showed me a light of him that I hadn't really understood before, and I feel lighter. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we're just probably gonna tidy up around here for a little bit. If you want to go back to bed, sleep.
Oh, you don't worry about the tidying up. I'll deal with the mirror.
No. Let us. You've graciously opened your home to us.
It's honestly, it's worth the price of Rhubarb getting somewhere safe and me feeling genuinely so much better. And it wasn't like, it really was a cheap mirror. It's fine. It was my dad's. It was from the late 80s. It's no worries.
That makes a lot of sense. I wish you told us that sooner. Well,
okay.
We've.
All right. You never know what to say in these moments.
I completely understand. It was like 3 a.m. in the morning, and we smashed your mirror. I completely understand. But we've got cameras around. We've got bits and bobs around. We need to pack them all up. So we'll be a couple of hours. So if you
no worries.
Back to sleep then.
Oh, I've actually got work in about 20 minutes, so
Oh,
probably
okay.
be upstairs kind of working through that.
Okay, well, we'll let you know when we're off then.
But seriously, thank you. You've done amazing.
Welcome.
He does a little conk with his mug onto yours as he stands up, kind of finishes his tea. You see he's got like a little teapot that he then pours the rest back into his, and he kind of heads back upstairs where he, assumably, is going to start his day of data entry and all that jazz. As you guys start clearing up the cameras and start doing like that. Are you taking the eyeballs with you?
Ruby?
I've got one more thought.
Okay.
I chatted with him briefly earlier about how it's a bit shoddy construction, this basement.
Mm-hmm.
If we convince him, he just concretes it in.
Is he going to concrete it in without coming down here?
If we say it's unsafe, maybe.
I mean, I guess then leaving his fate up to him.
We could make it less obvious what's in here, hide it a little bit anyway.
If we'll leave, I come down the stairs with your cups of tea.
Thank
at
God.
this point. And heard that as I was walking down the stairs, coincidentally. If the idea is just to leave the eyeballs here and to cover it up, what's stopping us from just burying them in the garden and letting them decompose?
Nothing. It's just the same thing again.
Yeah.
We're not helping people find closure. No matter what we do, like we take it in, we take them, we bury them. It's all leading to the same thing.
Yeah.
The only difference is if we take them, we have something else to bind this. Then she'll shake the jar. This crazy fucker too.
Blood pours out of it, should say that.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I mean, to speak in the third person, Ellis is somebody that experiences ghosts and people that can't pass on and people with ties to this world all the time. There's a confliction in us being the reason why that closure isn't given. You know, those families, like there's a chance that at least half of these people haven't moved on because their families don't know what happened to them. Their families don't know anything about what happened to them. So there would be a confliction to be as somebody that like openly works towards helping people move on, to be a roadblock in that for potentially up to 6 people would be a really difficult thing for Ellis to wrestle with.
We could spend our downtime between the sessions finding if they've moved on or not. We don't have to go straight back to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ruby's having a similar sort of fight. You know, her military days, it's part of that sort of risk and that loss to make sure that message gets home about what's happened to people's loved ones. I guess we kind of know their identities from like the missing reports. So yeah, we could spend downtime kind of just working that out, trying to make contact and resolve.
Maybe if we
it that
make
way.
contact with one, they might know where they're buried or left.
Yeah, I mean, we could spend our downtime kind of finding out the families and seeing if the families have been talking about feeling like their loved one is near, or weird things happening in their house since their loved one went missing, and maybe see if we can go visit them and connect with them that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the best we can do.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to Walter, and I told him that we were going to try and take Rhubarb with us as well. And he was grateful. He's very, very grateful for everything that we've done, and he says that he feels quite a lot lighter. He also told me that the mirror was his father's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and because I can't help myself, may have muttered under my breath that would have been really useful information to know, and that makes a lot of sense, and confused him a little bit. So I think it's probably best that we leave before I stick my foot in it even more. I'm not
Mhm.
the linguistics one. I'm better at speaking to ghosts and people. So
I'm gonna go and get a bag for life to get these eyes in.
oh, the
See if he's got
irony
one.
on that! The irony on that.
We're gonna go to the kitchen and see if he's got a nice sturdy bag.
I'll start cleaning
Wow.
what we've touched down here.
Yeah, you begin to clean up. You grab the eyeballs, you separate the one so you know which one's the possessed one, and you begin the process of tidying up. You eventually kind of say goodbye and head out. And as you do, you see sitting on the curb is looks like a skinny teenager, kind of very short hair. Kind of looks up and goes, I don't sense the old man anymore.
He's gone. Would you like to come with us?
There's no chance of me and Walter being friends again, is there?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. Yeah. You don't seem to be scared of me, so that's something. You eventually get in the car. Rhubarb sits in the back, kind of in the boot, because he knows the moment you start driving off, whoever's going to sit next to him is going to have the most awful drive. So he kind of sits in the boot, kind of looking down the entire of it. You eventually start making your way back, but you can start researching the different victims, figuring them out. Do you stay around Cardiff searching first, or do you go back to secure the bound object?
I think we should secure the bound object and come back. So I'll call Samuel while we're on the road.
Yeah, you call him, tell him to meet you. Eventually you get back to the warehouse, kind of dropping Rhubarb off before you go back and start your adventure of giving people closure. Samuel's sitting, waiting for you in the warehouse. Oh, so it's a bound object you were hoping for me to look after?
Yes, please. It's not the nicest.
I've seen my fair share. Sure, it's not too bad.
Yeah, and I'm going to show him the jar of the bleeding eye.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's pretty ghastly.
So, don't suppose you've heard of the Bloody Mary killer? Kind of prevalent around Kent in the 70s?
Yes, I watched the Netflix.
Okay, well, probably discount anything that Netflix has ever told you, because
Okay.
this right here is he. Here you
Say
go.
hello.
Oh no. Don't worry, we'll bind it. We'll keep it safe and as secure as we can. We don't want this one breaking out. He taps the glass. Blood comes out again. He's like, oh no, okay. I will look after this. And he wanders up to Butler's office. You manage to get some rest. You see Rhubarb skulked off somewhere in the warehouse. You'll probably see him again next couple of days. And then you guys have, the next week or two to start researching the victims. And we'll end our session there. Not moving, stuck in perfect posture in the most uncomfortable way it can be. That noise, like it's emanating from the building itself all around you as you see the pupils fade.
I tried to reach out and speak to it, and it tried to possess me back.